Alright guys, so this is Politics and Bullshit. I don't know what episode it is. So
Bare politics. Bare politics. Hey.
Obviously I'm Aaron Broomfield. Got the main man Hezron Brown in here today. We got James Riches and we got the man with no name. Just in case you hear someone pipe up. Who's that in the room? So yeah man, first of all I just want to thank you for coming down, man.
Not a problem. My pleasure.
Yeah, and you James, obviously. Yeah, James first time on the podcast as well.
Oh yeah.
So
let's get it rolling.
Yeah man, definitely. So here's one man, obviously I wanted you to come down because I've been seeing you're doing a lot of work in the community, which is what we're all about. Obviously I've known you for a while, back when you was a little street brawler, fighting, you know, boxing. So what's the change been, man? What has happened? How you grown into this? I was going to say inspiring young man, I suppose is the best way to put it.
Yeah, there's just been so much things that have been taking place throughout the years. It's been hard. There's been a long process that I've had to go through to change my mentality, change my processes, and just adapt myself to the way I want to live my life.
Okay.
And it's been long and it's been hard, you know, re-educating myself, the disciplining myself as well to, again, not think about certain things or not do certain things, because just stopping being a roadman and then changing to be a normal person doing normal things can be actually quite challenging, you know.
Definitely.
And when you're going through that process, going through that change, it's a very difficult one, and I had to kind of lock myself away in a room and not leave it and just change my mentality and change my thought process. So it's been hard to get to where I've got to, but I've got to where I've got to with help and support from different organisations, different people that have helped me on my journey to be able to accomplish some of the things that I've done now. But again, at the same time, it's been a self-belief that I've had to want to make a change and make a difference within the community.
Okay. Now you talked about like making a change and locking yourself in a room. Did you feel like there was like kickback? You know, because you hang around in certain circles. Don't you think that no one really wants you to change?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's hard because you literally have to change friends groups, everything. Like you have to adapt to a different way of life that you're not necessarily used to. And even though those people might have been in your life beforehand, you wasn't as close with some of the people you probably are now.
Yeah.
Like, but also it's very difficult to then, like, when you sit in your room and you're like, oh, I've got no money, or like this and that. You're like, it's easy to just go, it's like, I'm just gonna go back out. I'm just gonna do what I was doing. I'll just do it for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you slip back into it. It's easy.
And that's how a lot of people get back involved. And sometimes money as well, the pressures, social pressures, life pressures can sometimes make you slip back into that life. Sometimes when you'll be sitting there, there's been times where I've sat there and I've got no money and I'm like, all I need to do is just go to this house and do a little something and I'm good, you know?
Yeah.
But again, to stop that mentality, stop that thought process and actually be like, no, I'm trying to do good.
I'd imagine that's the hardest thing to do.
It's hard.
Like to just decide, because some people trying to play it and then all of a sudden you go, the best thing for me to do is to just like, I'm gonna stay broke for a minute, and just carry on, like.
Yeah. But again, what comes with that, especially for myself, is that for me now, I have to think about the young people that look up to me, or the young people that follow me, because if I do one thing, if I make one wrong move, everything that I've done,
nothing
gets swiped away.
Yeah, of course.
The slate becomes bare, and I have to start again. And even then, I might not even be able to start again.
I think you're starting double fault back.
Yeah.
Because then you're just a fraud. You know what I mean? Like, it's true, isn't it? It's like, my man's like, he's been on about that.
Yeah, you got to practice what you preach.
You got to practice what you preach. So if I'm out there doing things that I'm preaching about that people shouldn't do, but then I'm doing it, they're going to be like, hold on, wait there. What's this guy doing? Like, that doesn't make no sense. He's out here trying to change your people, but he's doing the same thing. You know, I can't be, or I'm not that person. And that is why now I'm so dedicated to just staying on the correct path, staying on the good path, but it's so hard. It's hard. And one question that I get all the time is, because I always speak about my anger issues that I had when I was younger. And people always ask me, oh, do you still have them now? 10 times. It's 10 times worse.
Really?
My anger is 10 times worse than it was when I was younger.
Okay.
10
We've learned
times
to
worse.
control it differently.
But again, now I have to think about things on a different level. I can't just get mad. I can't just get mad and lose my control and smash everything up and go on a rampage. Because the moment the police get called, it's over.
Done.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah. So when I get angry, I have to think about all those things, and it calms me down because I think, okay, I'm
sorry to
no, it's
interrupt.
right.
Do you
Right.
use like anger management processes and things like that? Have you ever been to them or whatever?
When I was at school, they implemented some anger management sessions. But throughout my life, I kind of just done what worked for me.
Yeah,
Because there
I
was-
totally understand.
Because there was people always there going, no, count to 10. Or, oh, do 10 push-ups.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you know, when you get mad, just go, and it will all go away, you know? That's not the truth. I was speaking to a young person after I'd done a talk at a university, and a young person came up to me at the end and was literally crying her eyes out. And she was saying, I've got anger issues, I'm on the brink of being kicked out of school. They've been trying to help me, but nothing's been going right. They've been implementing things, but again, nothing's been going right. And I looked at her and I just said, what's your coping mechanism? I said, what's yours? Mine is, I have to punch something. Not someone,
Yeah.
something.
Something.
As soon as, if I'm mad and I just go ugh, on that table, my anger goes straight
Yeah.
away. I don't know why, it's
So
very
can
weird.
it
It's
build
like that.
up?
It's like that release. It's
Yeah.
like my release when I hit something.
Yeah.
And when I said it to her, she went, that's exactly the same for me. As soon as I just, even if I hit like a bag or hit the wall or hit a door, hit a window, anger goes. And I said, well then do what works for you. Maybe then speak to your school and see if they can implement a boxing bag in a classroom where you can have some kind of anger room, like an anger room, you know, in the school where you can just go in there and when you get mad, just punch it, come out the room, you're done. Instead of you actually then punching all the windows, punching all the doors, being on that brink. And she looked at me and she went, I'm finally happy that I've spoken to someone that understands on the same level.
Yeah.
And not in there going, oh, well, just count to 10. You know?
I think when I was younger, I had anger issues or whatever. I used to do like martial arts, like kickboxing or karate or anything. And don't get me wrong, it didn't work all the time because when you start going kickboxing that, then you start thinking, you know what, no, I could just punch people's heads off now instead. but at the same time, later on in life, as it started to grow on me and stuff like that, I realised that like the level of discipline that it also involves,
Yes.
and it does it has helped. It does help.
Oh, martial arts was a big thing, especially for me now. So when I was younger, my mum didn't want me to do martial arts because she was afraid that if I had done martial arts with the anger problems that I
How
had,
dangerous you could be.
how dangerous
Yeah.
I would be. Because if I was getting angry and I was causing that damage back then, imagine me getting that mad but knowing how to being trained how to actually break someone's leg and break someone's arm and choke them out, suffocate them. My mum was terrified about that because people was always saying to mum, you know, get him into boxing or get him into some martial arts, like channel his energy. My mum was telling them straight, nope, no. But again, when I was older, that definitely helped me. Started going to the boxing gym, started going to doing certain martial arts, and again learnt that discipline, learnt me how to control the anger within and just keep it suppressed in situations that were very high pressured.
Yeah. I think a lot of boxers, when you train, because we've all done martial arts and stuff growing up, I think what it teaches you is, first of all, you do go through that ego stage, like you say, you're like, yeah, now I know I can rock, man. You know what I mean? Now it's like, man, since like, I know he's getting head touched. You know what I mean? But then after that, you kind of get that, like, I like to call it the death of your ego. Do you know what I mean?
You get humbled.
Yeah, you're humble, because when you think about it, once you're in the ring and you're sparring people, and you're like, oh, right, you know what? This guy's good, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you start to see, like, the discipline and the actual technique in it, so it's not so much about, I can survive on the road.
It becomes a sport.
Exactly, it becomes more like, actually, I need to take this serious now. So I think martial arts does help with people, anger management. No, it doesn't perpetuate it. It actually helps it.
I believe it helps as well.
I think it depends on the
100%.
coaches as well, and obviously like the sort of groups that you go into and stuff, and even your peers at these like martial arts groups or whatever. Like if you've got a lot of people in there that try to think they're Jack the Lad or whatever, then it's going to wind you up, innit? And then you're going to end up having it off in that sort of group.
Well, that's the thing, and it's like
But I suppose it's controlled.
it is the same, but it does come down to coaches as well, which is why
Yeah, it does.
DNA gym, great gym, because
Yeah.
you know them people there, they've lived that life that the people are coming through. And
Fight
they've
Den as well, they're
changed it.
another one.
Fight Den,
Yeah,
yeah,
Fight Den.
definitely the Kogans, the Halls, all them that do it. But when you get people that, you know, remember Craig?
Yeah.
He's going in that Cobra gym like
Yeah,
that.
Cobra. Hey,
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Wow. One thing that you just said about DNA Boxing School of Excellence, they are a gym that I recommend quite highly. One, because I've
Been there.
been there.
Was that fast, remember?
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, man. So I ended up going there and learning how to box. That was about, wow. Yeah, that was about 10 years ago now that I went there and started to learn how to box. So, and I've seen the development that they give people. One thing I've always said about DNA is that it's like a family there. You know, the way everyone interacts with each other, just the way everyone is. Like,
Yes.
it's a very calm place that
Very
you can go
humbling, I
there.
think.
Very
Very
humbling.
humbling.
You know, you can go there, you can learn this skill, you can learn this art, but no one's there pressuring you. You know, everyone's on your side, helping you progress, helping you be the person that you want to be. And it's one place that I recommend very highly to a lot of people. Yeah, they're doing a lot of great work, and I'm working with them on many different projects as well. Again, with young people, trying to change mindsets. So yeah, they're very good in that respect. But at the same time as well, so for me, a little story is about to come. So one of the reasons why I realised what my mum was saying was true was because an actual incident did happen.
Okay.
Where the martial arts I had learned, I used and nearly hurt someone. Well, hurt someone bad. Yeah. So it actually happened outside. Like it was in Kings Norton. Got some guys were being racist, and ended up hitting one of the guys. Yeah, and I only hit him once. But again, the technique that I used, I broke his eye socket and his cheekbone. Yeah. And when the police came, they was like, "What did you hit him with?" I said, "I hit him with my fist." He went, No, you didn't. I said, "Yeah, I did." He went, "Your fist can't cause that much damage." I said, "Well, it did. It must have." And when I was in court, the judge actually labelled me as a weapon.
Yeah, but was you a licensed boxer at the time?
They just
because if you
they just learned that I was doing boxing and I was doing martial arts. I was doing taijutsu. So from there, they were just like, "Well, you train every single day. You train to hit a target. You train how to incapacitate people." So they were like, the judge was actually like, "You're a weapon. You might not know it, but you are an actual weapon, because when you're fighting someone that doesn't know any form of skill, which this person didn't, you realise that you can kill them and not even realise that you can kill them, you know? Because you're just thinking, again, it's normal, because every single day you're with guys that can fight. You're with guys that know the same thing you do. So then when you go against someone that doesn't know it, you don't realise it, and then you might do something to them, but then you end up killing them. And
I might think twice about being racist though.
Yeah, man, and you see from there, that situation there, I've never hit someone since. Never
Really?
Hit, yeah, I've never hit someone. Ever since then, I've never hit someone. Never hit someone. I'm now that person where if I get into a situation, I'll just walk away, or I'll just try and calm you down.
Yeah.
Even though I know I can get mad and I can turn him up, I can turn it up.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
worth the time.
yeah, I'm just like, yo,
and
it's cool, man. Just calm
set
down.
you back again.
Man, like,
so,
yo, and again, it's gonna set you back. So.
But I've had it in Nottingham. I've been out partying, like I'm out, I'm in the smoking area, and you know you just get like a group of lads. And one of them's giving it 10. But he's half trying to give it to his mates, and so he's like going, "Oh, bullying them," and I'm just standing there like smoking a cigarette. I'm looking at him, he's clocking me, and he's going, "What are you looking at?" I was like, "Nothing, man, I'm just smoking at it." He's going, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "Birmingham." He's going, "Oh, you Birmingham, man, you all think you're bad." I'm like, "Mate, what are you talking about? I'm smoking a cigarette. He's like, oh, what, you want to go outside? I'm like, bro, I don't want to go outside.
I'm already outside.
I'm already outside.
I'm already outside.
That's what I said, I said, mate, I'm already outside with this regular. He's going, oh, but you fucking cheeky. And I went, mate, I went, listen. I said, mate, seriously, in front of all your pals, don't embarrass me. I am not a fighter. You will kick the shit out of me all over this courtyard. And then I won't be able to come in this club ever again. So please leave me alone. As I said to him, bro, he didn't know what to do then.
Yeah, you would.
It was like, oh, yeah, you know. He walked off, come back, literally come back 20 minutes later, apologised, bought me a drink. I was like, safe, like, that's it, man, cool. Some people like don't know, like I was taught when I was young by my uncle, he said, listen, if you live to fight another day, just go.
Yeah,
like, that's it, man, just go. It's not even worth it now.
It's not.
What's been the disconnect, man? Like, now you're doing a lot of work with youth.
Yeah.
See, we just told a few stories. Now the difference is, when we were young, you'd have a fight.
Yeah, it's different now.
Now,
It's much different now.
people ain't fighting, you know. I rarely hear people having fights. I just straight away hear, yeah, you know, so-and-so got stabbed.
That's usually the first.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just so-and-so got stabbed. I don't hear about, oh, there was a fight. It was literally just so-and-so just got stabbed. Where's that come from? What is going on?
I don't know, mate, it's crazy because literally I see so many videos and stuff on like Facebook and whatever, and it's like someone is about to have a fight and the next minute they're pulling out a carving knife like, and just going for it, you know, like a week earlier, this guy was his brethren, do you know what I mean, like his best friend and that, like, and they're just going at it, like, where's your sense of like compassion to human beings in general, like?
Yeah, but it's been a thing like that I've always had to raise to people, is that this issue has been around from time.
Yes.
It's been around from then. It's been around for ages.
Yeah, of course.
Don't think this is something new. It's not just something that popped up last year.
No,
you know?
yeah.
It's been happening for.
But do you know the difference is? I'll tell you this now. You to correct me if I'm wrong, but when we used to go around, you'd have a group of 10 people. You may have one madman. In that group. You'd have one. It's not all of them are mad.
Yeah.
That's the difference that I feel.
That is true.
I'm not saying people never got stabbed before. You know what I mean? I've been a victim of knife crime before, so I know it's always happened. It's not new. But now it just seems
like it's elevated.
Yeah, like it's. I don't know if it's the music. I don't know what it is. But
listen, there are many different factors. I think one of it is. It's a very tricky one, because the young people that I speak to, I've even spoke to young people that carry knives themselves. Yeah. And when I'm asking them why they do it,
fear.
Yeah, fear. Straight fear. And that fear comes from, again, many different things. It comes from music, it comes from social media, it comes from social pressures, and it comes from just something as simple as they know that their friends carry knives, so they just carry a knife as well. That's it. I done a talk at a college, and I was with a police officer when we was doing this talk, and the police officer done something so good, and I was just like, wow, okay, like he put something in perspective for me. And he turned around to the room and he said, okay, I'm a police officer, but act like I'm not a police officer right now, okay? You're not going to get arrested or anything like that. He said, just put your hands up if you know someone who's carried a knife. Listen, 98% of the room put their hand up, and this room was full, and I was like, whoa, like I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting like one or two hands. 98% of the room put their hand up. Then he asked the question, okay, now put your hands up if you reported that to the police. Every hand went down, and the police officer turned around and said, well, you guys blame the police and say that we're not doing a good job, or we're not doing our jobs properly. But you are the ones that are on the front line, that are actually with the people that are carrying these weapons.
Nobody wants
but you're
to be
not
known
reporting
as a snitch,
them.
though, either.
But again, this is something.
Then that's another fear factor.
It is no fear factor, but why is it a fear factor? Because you're not a snitch. A snitch. Again, these young people get confused because they don't understand what a snitch is. To be a snitch, you need to be a criminal. It's the code, isn't it? It's the code, the secret code, the code that people can't see in it. If I'm a criminal and you're a criminal, and you tell on me, then you're a snitch.
Yeah.
If you're a civilian
Like
and you tell on me, you're not a snitch. You're a citizen, a law-abiding citizen doing their goodwill.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because for you could have saved someone's life. Because you don't know what my mental state is like. Yeah, we might be friends, but you don't know that in my head I'm thinking, later on, after this, I'm going to go out and stab someone. Yeah? And this is the thing with these young people that they're not grasping. They're just thinking again, as you're saying, oh, I'm going to be a snitch. I'm going to be a snitch if I say something, you know? But they're not going to be a snitch because they're not a criminal. And actually, they could have potentially saved someone's life, but instead they kept their mouth quiet. Yeah? And actually, that can be the thing that would haunt that person the most, knowing that they could have said something.
Yeah.
Knowing that they could have said something and saved someone's life, but instead they chose to keep quiet.
It's true.
It's a very difficult one. And these young people at the minute, listen, I'm telling you, they have no chill. Like, they literally have no chill. If it was to go off right now, they will literally just pull out the knife and like they don't even think about it. They don't even think twice. It's like second nature, but I don't know how it's second nature because it's never been it's never been first nature. Like, it's never been the go-to thing. Because as you said, like back in the day, if me and you had a beef, I'm gonna come down the board, straight that. Whoever wins.
Yeah, you probably become veterans afterwards.
Afterwards,
Oh, man.
Do you know how much man? Do you know how much man?
Do you
know how much man I've had a fight with, and now we're like best friends on Facebook and that. I'm like Godfather to their kids, and I'm like saying to them, like, yo, bro, me and my man used to fight all the time, you know, like one of my best friends now, again, known him since primary school. I've known this guy, yeah, and every single day we used to fight. He was my arch enemy in my head.
Do you know what? I can relate to this. I'm
saying he was the guy. Like, he was my go-to guy to build my reputation. Like, every day it was me and him. Every day. Listen, the stories that me and him have got. Yeah, we've thrown each other through fences. This is on the way to school. On the way to school, we was fighting. On the way from school, we was fighting. In school, we was fighting. We've thrown each other through fences. We've had punch-ups. We've had family members involved. But our families are friends. Yeah? But we just, me and him, constantly at it. We hated each other. We hated each other. Listen, we absolutely hated each other. You know what? I'm now godfather to his children. He's one of my good friends. Yeah? And he actually now comes with me into these establishments that I go into and speaks to the young people as well. And every time when I talk to the young people, when he's sat there, I say to them, like, you see this guy here? I hated him. I hated everything about him. He was my, when I mean he was my arch enemy, I'm talking, he was my, like, you know, like, he was my nemesis. Like, he was, you know, like in Batman versus Superman, like that situation there, like Superman was his nemesis, bro. Like, that was the situation. And me and him are like this now. But these young people, like, imagine if we had just pulled out knives back then. Because telling you, like, the situation that we got into,
might not be around no more.
One of us might not be around no more, but we wouldn't even have the relationship that we've got now.
No, you couldn't, yeah.
But these young people, they're just whipping out the knife and the stabbing man, and it's mad.
Do you think they've realised when they're doing it that they could actually kill these people? Or do you think they just think it's all superficial?
No, part of me feels like some of the like more hardcore aggressive ones, they're like, they don't care, look, and it's almost like stripes and that, like.
Yeah,
that was the thing.
And man, like, how are you going to be so young and then be thinking like on that level when you've got the rest of your life to live, man? Like, do you want to be doing this forever, like, or do you want to make something of yourself? Like, 'cause you can't stay on road forever, like. I mean, you can, but you
can, but it's not beneficial. You know,
yeah,
there's guys that have been on the road their whole life, but they've got nothing to show for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, they might have a nice car and nice clothes. They've got the latest trainers, all that kind of stuff. But where's the actual physical stuff? Where's the wealth?
Where's the quality?
Exactly? You can't just go and buy a house. You know, you can't just go buy a house now. Okay, you can go and buy a house, but then they're asking you where you get that money from. You ain't got a day job. You're getting job seekers allowance, but yet still you're putting a deposit down for a house. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Like your saving must be on point. You must not eat. You must not eat. Like you must be saving that job seeker. Like, but then I swear you only get about £80 every 2 weeks. So I don't understand how you're stacking. Like how are you stacking?
I'm only 21.
Like and you're only 21. Like and these young people they think that they can get all this money. And then they can just live like their best lives. Okay, for a
few years.
You can for a time.
Yes.
But trust me when I tell you, bro, the police know what I want.
Yeah,
Listen, the police know about all these people that are selling drugs. They know about all these They know about all these people that are doing county lines. But they know who they are. Don't get twisted.
Yeah.
They're just building up evidence. That's all they're doing. They're just building up evidence to sentence you for the longest time possible. Yeah? Because they don't want to catch you when you first do it. Because they know that you're only going to probably get a year or two. They want to catch you when you're fully involved. When you've got the what, yeah? And then that's when they're rolling up and you're going, yo.
You're looking 15 years.
You're looking 15 years now.
And then they start dropping that. So where's the rest of it coming from? Like,
exactly, you know? And yeah, these young people, the worst thing is that they have a clue. They do know.
Yeah.
They do know what they're doing. They're being educated about this all the time. They're seeing it all the time. They're seeing people getting stabbed and being killed. Yeah, they know. And this is something that I always talk about when I do my talks, when I do my presentations. Is about is there a safe place to get stabbed? Because that was always an illusion that we had back in the day. Because it was like, if I stab a man in the bum cheek. It's cool. He's gonna survive. He can't sit down. Stomachs. If I stab him in the side, stab him in his back again, it's a slow bleed. He'll survive. But what? Listen, you've got one of your biggest nerves run through your bum cheek.
Yes.
Yeah, and runs through your leg into your back. Yeah. You've got major arteries, veins all over your body, organs that are keeping you alive.
So like somebody tries to stop the knife and that is like, oh, they could bleed out.
Man can bleed out. And one thing I always say to these young people, okay, how long does it take for an ambulance to get you in an emergency situation?
God, bro.
In an emergency situation, I'm talking blue light in red, cold red. It takes about 8 minutes, about 8 to 10 minutes, yeah? I've just stabbed you in your heart. How long you got to live?
Yeah.
Well, seconds.
Yeah.
Seconds, yeah? What's the ambulance gonna do? What's the ambulance? Okay, you just got stabbed in your neck. You're bleeding out. Ambulance is taking 10 minutes. And we're living in a day and age where people would rather take their phone out and record the situation than actually get down on their knees and stop the bleeding.
I seen that. Do you remember that rapper, that Young Spray, and he was at the awards, and he got stabbed at the awards.
No, recently.
Early this year.
Okay.
And it was literally like, it was some ongoing beef or something, and they literally was recording him while he's bleeding out on the floor, and he's just rocking and he's got like 7 or 8 stab wounds, and this is at like the
BET.
yeah, and they're literally they're just recording them like, holy shit, this is like an event where there's stars and everything, and there ain't no ambulance around, and then there's nobody trying to help him. So what's going on, man?
And this is the world that we live in. I watched the video and there was a guy was recording these 2 guys fighting. I think he was like a security guard and there's like a normal person, like a civilian. And he was recording them, and the civilian took out a knife and started to stab the security guard. And the guy is shouting, "Someone call the police! Someone call the police! Someone call the police!" And I'm thinking, bro, you got your phone in your hand, but you're too busy recording the situation and shouting for someone else to do it. Then you just stop in the video, but then he posts the video.
Yeah.
Why are you posting the video? You're posting the video because what people care about really is popularity. People care about, if I post this video now, I'm gonna get about 30,000 likes, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna get some followers today. Instead of actually thinking, wait there, that's someone's life. That's someone's life that I could have saved. Yeah. That's someone that's got mental trauma now, physical trauma as well. But they don't care about your well-being or what you're going through. They just want to post the video and be like, yo,
look what happened today.
next thing for the next couple of days. But these young people know what's going on, and they know the damage that using a knife can cause. Because as I said, they're educated about it all the time. They see it on the news, they hear it on the radio stations all the time, what knife crime can do, what using a knife can do. And you know what the worst thing is about this? Is that the knives that they're using aren't just like little butter knives.
Yeah,
because that's what man would have drawn for back in the day. Man would have drawn for a little kitchen, like a little, you know what I mean? Bread knife and that. That's what man would have been threatening you with. Like, come fam, it's not even sharp. Like, come on, bro. I juke you, I juke you. These guys, listen. These guys are rolling with things that I don't even understand. These men have got samurai swords. What are you doing with a samurai sword on road, bro? Like, what are you trying to achieve? What are you trying? Man's looking to get up into some stance and that when he's using it some like blessing the blade and that. Like, what are you doing? Like, these men are rolling with, like, have you seen a zombie knife before? A zombie killer knife, a ZK, yeah? You're talking like this, bro. It's called a zombie killer knife, and it's called a zombie killer knife for a reason. Because you know them zombie movies. You know that one slash cutting my half,
taking your head off.
It's literally taking your head off, and I'm thinking these guys are using knives that, bro, they know they're killing you, bro. Like, there ain't no coming back. There ain't no survival from these knives that they're using. Yeah. So actually, the question is. Why are they using that kind of knife?
Where they're getting them from?
Where they're getting them from? What mentality?
To buy and stuff though, like.
So are they?
Is there any regulation on knives or not?
No.
You can order things like that from online.
You can, but if those kind of things can be tracked though as well. Like if you're ordering those kind of knives, like those ZK knives and all that kind of stuff, then
it should be tracked.
That can be tracked, or that should be tracked, because those knives aren't just normal knives. They're specific knives, yeah. Whereas
you got smart kids that are ordering them. You got smart kids that are ordering them off the dark web.
You have,
and you can order all sorts off the dark web. Like you can order hand grenades and everything. I mean, this is like some nuts business. But yeah, at the same time, there is the police have moderation and they do understand what's coming from the dark web as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, there's like. It is like a grey area, isn't it? Like people can order anything from there. I mean, you can order ounces or kilos of cocaine off the stuff. Like, I mean, whether you want to risk putting money into something that you don't know if you're going to get it back, people do it and it happens.
Yeah, it does. But one thing I always say to people as well is what I'm trying to make people aware of is that it's not just knives that people are using.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, even like back in the day, like I used to walk around with a pair of scissors. Pair of scissors in my pouch. Yeah. And one time I actually got stopped by the police, and they actually found the pair of scissors. And they were like, he asked me, he was like, why have you got this pair of scissors? I went, I've just finished college. I'll do DT at college. He was like, oh, okay. Put it back in my pouch. Not realising that actually I was using it as a weapon. You know, I can stab you with a pen.
Yeah, that's true.
I can roll around with a pen and stab you. Like it's not an issue. Pen. An old imagine that back in the day. Oh gosh, I can stab you with a pencil. It's not just knife crime. It's sharp object crime. That's what I say to people. This isn't knife crime. What's happening? It's sharp object crime, because I can stab you with anything. I could punch that window through with a piece of glass and stab you. You know, like there's objects around that people can get harmed with, but they're just concentrating on knives. Yeah. And obviously knives are the main attraction of this topic, yeah? But actually, in fact, really, it's sharp object crime, Do
you think our knife crime, I want to call it epidemic, do you think it's just similar to the gun crime in the USA? Do you think it's actually any different?
Like
do you think it's perpetuated by poverty? Because we hear about black on black knife crime. Is it a black on black issue?
No.
Is it a black issue at all?
No.
I think it's a young people issue in general.
It's not even a young people issue, it's just a people issue.
Yes,
and again, people think that it's just young people that are doing these stabbings. If you actually hear, especially some of these news stories as well, hear the actual age of these people. They're like 34, 40, 45,
That's a madness.
32, 36. It's not actually just young people. They're just concentrating on young people that are being stabbed.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of people being stabbed, and again, some of it comes from domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the woman that killed her husband? Threw a knife at him. Came in late. They had an argument. She threw a knife at him, lodged in his chest. He died. Okay, so, but then, and this is what I mean. Like a lot of it comes from different issues.
Yes.
But people are just concentrating on like it's just a gangs issue.
Is it just a gang?
No, it's not even a gangs issue because a lot of these young people are getting stabbed. They're not even in a gang. A lot of these young people that are doing the stabbings aren't even in gangs. Again, it's just because they've had a little bit of beef and they've just took it to that level. But they're not actually in a gang. They're not going around throwing up signs and saying, this is what man's repping. They've just got into a situation.
Rolled somewhere with their brethren and now they're gang members.
Boom. Not even that. They're just looking at them and the media is just going, yeah, they're gang members.
Young black.
You know? Yeah. And especially if you're black or, or not, if you're not white. They're turning around and they're going, it's gang related. It's gang related. Yeah. But then as soon as a white person stabs someone, they're not in a gang all of a sudden. It's just there was a mental
tell
health
the
illness.
story more.
They tell the story in more detail. This person went to this school and they had a happy upbringing with mum and dad in home, and they got A-star grades at school, but then something went wrong. Something went wrong that no one never knew about.
But it was like that girl, that girl who went to Cambridge and she was studying to be a doctor, and she stabbed her partner in the chest like about 3 times, killed him. Went to court. The judge let her off. Said, you've got a promising career. Like, you've been an A grade student the whole life.
How do they justify
I wish I was a promising
that? Do you know what I mean? How do you justify that? So what? So if you've had like a rough upbringing or whatever, and like
you deserve to be punished.
Exactly, you deserve to be punished. Surely these people are the ones that should be like mentored a bit more and like helped. Like, and I mean, somebody that's got a promising career, well, then you should have known better. Like from the start anyway, because if you've had this brilliant upbringing, whatever, then what's your excuse? Like
That's actually a really good point, because again, if they did have this promising career and everything was going well, upbringing was brilliant, A-star grades, then you've committed this crime. Surely they knew that they already had a promising career, but they still committed the crime. So actually,
so
like that doesn't make any sense. But
they obviously didn't value.
They obviously didn't value what they had. Exactly. Yeah. But then yet still, it's so frustrating because they label people that don't have a good upbringing as gang members or they deserve to be sent to prison, but they don't understand what they could accomplish if the right things were put in place.
Yes.
Okay, for instance, now let's take myself into example. Yeah, I was looking at the 10 years in prison. Yeah, if the judge would have sent me to prison, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing the work that I'm doing with young people.
Yeah.
Being in the places that I've been. But they gave me a second chance. And because they gave me a second chance, that opened up my eyes. Yeah? It opened up my eyes to see that actually I was more than what I was.
Yes.
Yeah? I was
give you some belief in yourself.
It gave me belief in myself that actually I need to change. That was my trigger. Like, that was my moment. They always call it, what was your moment? What made you change? That was my moment. That was my moment. That moment when I realised I'm either going to go jail or I'm going to be let free. And I was let free. And I was praying like a madman. The days before that, I was praying because I didn't want to go to prison. I was again, I was out on the streets because there was no one around me to guide me. There was no one around me to show me direction. I could do whatever I want. I was living alone. I was 16 years old. I've lived alone since I was 15. Yeah, had my own flat from when I was 15 years old. Never had no one around me to guide me. So for me, I was just praying that I could stay free. And actually, when I was given that chance to be still free, it opened up my eyes and made me realise that I was more than what I was doing. And then again, that's when I started to change, and I started to change my mentality, change my mindset, and like locked myself away. Locked myself away from the road, locked myself away from the guys I was hanging out with, and then just decided to change. But that happened because I was given a second chance. But they're not giving these young people a second chance. They're just
throwing the book
at them, making them an example. That's what they love saying now. Oh, I'm gonna make you an example.
Yes.
I'm gonna make an example out of this situation, and they're sentencing them to long periods of time in prison, and their lives are ruined. Because by the time they come out, they've missed all of their childhood or their teenage years. They're coming out as grown adults, so they haven't even experienced the world really. And by the time they come back out again, the world's gonna changed again. So actually now you've just ruined that person's future. Don't get me wrong, there's people that have been to prison and developed, made it work.
They've turned themselves around inside. They've read books, have gone to and self-educate.
It's not that easy though inside.
But it really isn't. They don't make it a rehabilitation. Really, it's not easy to rehabilitate inside. Because it's just a regimented routine.
But
at the same time, you've got say countries like Norway. They literally they make it easy for prisoners. Well, not easy, but they have good meals. They have a lot of yard time. They have their salary's like a mini flat. But at the same time, they are trying to rehabilitate people for when they go out. And literally 70% of offenders over there then don't reoffend. But over here you have 70% of offenders reoffend. Where's the logic?
Yeah. It's like I seen a thing that Carla was saying about knife crime. And he was talking about how we in this country, for some reason, we don't look, what you're saying, we don't look at models that work. And he says Norway, and then he brings up Scotland as well. So he says that Scotland had one of the highest knife crime rates. In the round. So you're saying white, and that's not white on white knife crime. So you're saying first of all you need to stop saying black on black. Because it's just a problem.
It's just a problem.
Yeah, it's just a problem. And then and he made a good point in saying, he says, if you go to, you keep saying black on black, but he says if you go to Africa or anywhere else, black kids aren't stabbing black kids. So this is clearly an English problem. It's not the colour of your skin. It's the situation and environment that you find in these young people in. So why aren't we using models that do work? Now, I know you're doing a lot of work with the police and things, You went to Downing Street, didn't you?
I did go to Downing Street, yeah.
So how was that and what? Come on, shed some light, man.
It was an amazing experience. I've never been Downing Street before. You get me? Again, it's something that I can tick off the list, but it was an amazing experience to go there and know that I was standing outside this place and that I went inside this place. Because a lot of the time you just see it on the telly, innit?
Yeah.
You see it on the telly, you see the Prime Minister standing outside, you get me? And when you go there, it's not what you think it is as well. When I went there, inside is massive, bro.
It looks tiny.
It looks tiny inside.
It's like a little single.
It looks like a little single. The thing is like a mansion. It's mad when you go inside. It's mad. I'm not going to kind of talk about what it's like inside. I don't know. Man might come and assassinate me. You get me? Hey, listen. I'm trying to do good things. I'm trying to do good things. But it was mad when you walk through those doors and you go inside, and it was just an amazing experience. It was just good to know that I'm standing outside number 10 Downing Street. It's easy to get to Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get to 10 Downing Street.
Yeah.
But I was literally stood outside that door and I was proud. It was a proud moment for me, It was, don't get me wrong, it was helped with the Prince's Trust as well. The Prince's Trust helped me get there, and helped me get to that situation where I went inside and had an amazing experience and an amazing day and met some amazing people. The Prince's Trust have brought me through on a lot of these events. Where I'm visiting these, high profile places and meeting high profile people and being able to get myself out there. So again, I have to offer my thanks and I have to big them up for what they have done for me and still doing for me. and how they are supporting me.
as well, isn't it?
It has been a platform. It has been, and it's been an amazing platform because they have been able to put me in places and in front of people that I would never normally be in front of. You know, I'm standing talking to CEOs, corporate bosses of these big, massive organizations, and I'm just like, I would never have met you, like, ever. You know. So it's, I have to be humble and know that it's not just me that got myself there. It's, don't get me wrong, it's a piece of that. It is a piece of me getting myself there, because if I wasn't the person that I was, they wouldn't be asking me to do these events. Yeah, but they are also then giving me the platform to go there. But what I do is when they give me the platform, I make sure I big myself.
You bring yourself.
I bring myself through.
A game.
I bring the A game.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm there, I'm networking. I'm the networking king.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I just butt into your conversation. No, I'm not even joking. I literally butt into man's conversation. I stand there and wait for you just to stop, wait for someone to stop talking, and I'll just jump in. Hi everyone, my name's Hezron Brown. How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
You
the
got me like that.
Yeah.
But you realise when you're within that world, you have to be like that. I don't know if you watch like some of like the
You'll get
movies
told
and
to talk,
stuff.
you'll be like, find your time to talk.
It's like you have to make sure you put yourself out there.
They have to remember you.
They have to remember you.
Exactly,
They have to remember you, because if you just go there and you're just like,
See you back.
hi,
Yeah.
like,
back.
hi.
You make an impression that then they will then think about or tell people about another day.
Yeah, and it's true because a lot of the time, I'll just, as I said, I'll just butt into people's conversations. I literally just do that. I butt into your conversation. I actually look for people that are talking to each other. I look for people that are talking to each other to butt into their conversation, and I'll literally stand there, and it's always like an awkward moment at first because the person that's talking looks and sees me, so then they're talking and they look at me. Give like a little funny look, like to be like, why is this guy just standing there? And then as soon as they stop and I jump in, like, hi everyone, my name's Hezron Brown. And they go, and then they go, okay, hi, nice to meet you, right? What do you do? And then that's my moment.
Yeah.
When they ask me,
Cue then.
what do I do? What organisation do I work for? That's my cue. And I just have my little rant that I'll go on. And I just talk about all the things that I've done. There's been times where I've done it and I've literally just told my story. And they're just there like...
How do you watch their reactions? What are the sort of reactions to it?
The reactions are always positive, you know. It's always, you know, okay, give me your business card. Let's have a chat, or let's go for a hot drink.
That's good because some people are still looking and be like a bit tentative and be like, like, do we go for it? Like, do we give him some sort of like chance or whatever, or do we just steer clear? Still,
don't get me wrong. You know how much cards I've given out?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. It's sales.
Exactly that.
It's
Yeah.
actually
You're like
sales.
selling
It is
yourself.
sales.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. I've handed out a good 1,000 cards.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. I'm not even exaggerating. I've handed out a good 1,000 cards. I can count on my hand how much people have got back in contact.
Yeah.
You know. And it's all about as we were talking about earlier. I am the product.
Yeah.
So I'm selling me,
Yeah.
to these people when I'm speaking to them, So it's like you have to put on a little mini show, for them when
Like
you're
a
speaking to them.
presentation.
It's like a presentation, and that's why I said like sometimes when I'm speaking to them, I tell my story
Yeah.
to make them see, this is where you've come from, this is what you're doing now. Okay, cool, and make them see the journey. But yeah, like it's mad, and the places that I've been, like I went to Downing Street. I was at Facebook last week doing like a video shoot again for the Prince's Trust. I've been to Buckingham Palace. I've been to Scotland Yard, which again was a mad experience. And one thing I said to them, I was standing on the podium and I was giving a talk to them all. And when I'm saying Scotland Yard, like it's not just normal police officers in there.
Man, that's
like all these guys, women are like heads of department.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they're high up people in there, yeah. And it was a bit like The Bill. You ever watched The Bill? Like back in the day, like The Bill. It was a bit like that. They've all got like their black and white ties, like squares, and they're in like a little triangle shape, and they wear their full uniform, just walking around in the building, bro. Yeah. And I'm just like, raw. And when I was giving my talk, I said to them, I said, you know, there was once a time where I was running away from you guys. There was once a time where I was fighting you guys in my room, like literally. And they found it funny. But in my mind, I was thinking, yo, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to think there was a time I was running away from these guys and fighting these guys in my room, yeah? Whereas now, I'm standing in their headquarters, giving a speech. Educating them, bro. And afterwards, they were coming up to me, asking me like, oh, wow, can you work? Can you do some stuff for us? This, and I was just sitting there, standing there thinking, wow, like, you're asking me to do this. You're asking me for help, and it was crazy. It was surreal. You know?
Do you think like the police? I've grew up like done naughty things, not done naughty things, whatever. But I've never really had a problem with the police. This is one thing I want to say. I know a lot of policemen, in fact, and they're all alright. The ones I know, yeah. But a lot of them, I've got this power trip thing. You know, the kids who used to get bullied in school.
Yeah, some of them do.
Yeah. You get a lot of that in the police force. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Forget a word. No, but what I'm trying to say is now, what is the disconnect like with the police? Do you think we need more? And this isn't necessarily about crime, but it's just about how we, as young people in general, see the police. Do more of our peers need to be joining the police force? Because I always feel like there's a disconnect to people that join the police force to my friends. Like, if any of my friends said they were going to join the police force, I mean close friends, the first thing people are going to do is they're going to be like, what? Nah, don't do that.
But why?
But this is what I'm trying to say to you. Why not? It's a respectable career.
It's a respectable career. Their duty is to protect and serve the communities,
which could be your family members,
which could be your family. And again, this is something that
we look at them with disrespect, like with contempt.
Yes.
Listen, we look at the police with contempt.
I think like just like in all walks of life, you get different types of people. So you do get the knobheads that just want to be like idiot, or just want to like hassle you and give you like a hard time for pretty much not a lot. But then you will walk past somebody like, and you might look, you know, dressed in hoodie, black, whatever, like, you know, and then they'll talk to you like you're just any other human being. Like, but I think you're right. Like, yeah, it's very varied. But just the same as I speak to different people on the street as well. Some people might look down at me, and then other people will be like, accept you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's for me now. Like doing, like seeing police officers now, like in what I do, and speaking to certain officers, it has changed my mindset in terms of how I used to think before. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there's always in every single job, every organisation, any walk of life, even just down to normal people that you meet on the street, yeah, there's always gonna be one person that's probably got a power trip or probably you know, they just, but
it's almost like they've got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, but you know, you can't then brand the whole force as everyone is doing that, and that isn't the case.
But my point is that the police don't speak to people unless they're... In fact, I'm going to take that back. But in general, if you asked every single person how many times they've spoken to a police officer, they'll probably say never. Or only if they've been getting arrested, or there's been some kind of
in the back of the car when they start talking to you normally.
But again, they are actually out there working, like they're actually out there educating people, you know, like but it's like it's not raved about, you know what I mean? Like the police are going into all these provisions and they're speaking to young people, telling them about stop and search laws, what police can and can't do. They're talking to them about knife crime, countylines. They're educating them on all of the skills that they need, but just no one listens, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason why no one listens is because basically of what you said before. There's a disconnection. As young people, they just don't respect any form of authority, bro, at the moment. And that's not just police.
Yeah,
that's teachers, parents, guardians, like just anyone. They just don't respect anyone. I've seen young people literally swearing at their mum and dad, like swearing, bro, hard, like you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. And I'm like, thinking, yo, You think I could ever talk to my mum like that? You mad? And even if I did, trust me, kung fu fighting. Hey, bro. Fast like lightning. Hey, my head would have been clean, took off. But and as well, I think there's a situation at the moment where, especially parents and guardians, they're feeling scared about, not even powerless, they are actually scared of their young people. Some of them are actually scared of their young people. Because everyone keeps talking about the police. Like, yeah, it's the police. Like, police come and help. Police, you need to come and deal with this situation. It starts from home.
Yeah,
I
agree.
It starts from home. The police don't know. The police get called when there's a situation. They're not with you every day. It starts from home. What's happening at home with the parents and guardians and these young people? There's no structure. The parents and guardians are just allowing their young people to do whatever they want to do. Oh, no, what, you want to rock up at 1 o'clock in the morning? Okay, that's fine. You got school tomorrow, though. You do know that, remember? Okay, but it's fine. Come at 1. What? Like,
sure, you don't want to come in at
you sure you know? On the other hand, some parents and guardians actually know what their young people are doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's young people that are involved in county lines and their parents are actually like backing that. They're actually making excuses for their young people.
Yeah.
I went to a school in London and I was speaking to a teacher. I was just like, wow. The boy is actively recruiting young people. It's a boy, he was like in year 10, yeah? They caught him with £600 on him. So what in year 10, you know? Let's get this right. He's in year 10, bro. Yeah? They caught him with £600 on him. £600 on him, like Haribos. £600 on him, yeah? The school brought in the parents. Oh, we had £600 on him. The parents were like, it was his birthday. No, it weren't. Yeah, it was some late birthday money that they got from him. Oh, okay. Cool. Again, he got caught with £1,000 on him. Separate occasion. They brought the parents in again. They were like, we caught your son with £1,000. They were like, oh no, it was given to him by his uncle. Okay. Then they got a phone call from another school that phoned and said that they had seen this young person outside their school actively recruiting young people to join the gang. So the parents are like, no, that's not our young, no, that's not, no, you got the wrong young person, no. Like, that young person is bringing in money into that household that these parents and guardians need.
Yeah.
And it's not like, he's the breadwinner in the household, bro.
But it's the 15-year-old.
But it's the 15-year-old. And again, some of these young people are getting involved in it because they have to be the breadwinner in the family. Don't get me wrong, some of them are doing it because they want that bit of status, they want that little bit of glam. But some are doing it because they're actually surviving. Like, they're trying to let their parents and their guardians, their family members, survive. They're doing it for survival. They're trying to put food on the table. They're seeing their mum or their dad or their guardian struggling, crying. And it's those little things that people don't think about. When that young person sat in the house and they can hear their mum upstairs crying their eyes out, knowing that they're crying because they got no money.
Because they can't pay the rent.
Because they can't pay the rent.
That's motivation for anybody.
So then, if you then turn around and go, oh no, he's just no, it's a waste of time. He doesn't need, like, he's throw him, lock him up. Nah, bro. Like, because you haven't probably seen or heard the things that he's seen and heard. You know, he's hearing things, he's seeing things in his household that he wants to stop. And he knows that the way to stop that, the easiest way to stop that they think the easiest way, is to go out there, sell a bit of drugs, do a bit of county lines, do this, do that, get a bit of quick, easy money in. They think that those are the quick solutions. And they are quick solutions for some of them, you know? But long term, again, it's not doing good for them. And they're getting themselves into situations that they can't control, they can't handle. I was speaking to a young person, and he was 15 years old. He was 6'3". He had a beard. He looked like he looked like he was 40. And when I was speaking to him, I said, bro, you look like a big man, you know. And he went, you know what, I get that all the time. I said, what do you mean? He went, I have man approach me, like on like a big man level, like wanting to fight me and all these kind of things. And I said, bro, it's because you look like a big man. And he went, yeah, no, this is the issue that I have. And the worst thing is I can't even handle the situations as well. He actually said to me, yo, I can't even handle the situations. I said, yeah, because you're a kid, bro. You're still a 15-year-old, but you just look like a big man. And because you look like a big man are coming to you with big man things.
Yeah.
Man are approaching you on big man levels because you look like a big man. And the thing is that these young people aren't even turning around and then going, nah bro, I'm 15. They're rolling with it. They're rolling like they are a big man.
Yeah.
And they're getting themselves into situations that they can't handle and that they can't control. And I even had to say to this young person, I said to him, I said, bro, you know, next time when that happens, tell them that you're 15, man.
Yeah.
And he started laughing and then he was like, what? I said, because bro, for me as a big man coming to you on an approach, and then you turn around to me and go, bro, I'm only 15. Bro, that's squashed. That's squashed. I'm allowing that, bro. Yo, come here. Come here, our son. Come here, our kid. Come on.
You want to bang the ball?
You know what I mean? And there's just, as I said, there's just so many issues. It's such a broad. I know we've probably gone off on a tangent and probably started talking about other things, but it's all linked and there's so many different aspects and things like issues that come into play that impact all of these issues that are happening at the moment. It's not just one thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not one thing, and people just think that there's one fix. It's a quick fix. Like, yeah, just implement this thing and it's done.
It's like re-education, like you were saying, it starts at home, so you need to re-educate parents, you need to re-educate kids.
I think
it's the system though as well. Like, I'm not going to go into the politics of it too deep because we will go into it, but it is the system, and the system is built for these kids to fail. I think from they're in school, they're already seen as throwaway. That's what I think personally. A lot of kids are seen as, yeah, you're not going to do that well, so just sit down and go to school. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is the time isn't invested in people, but you can't blame the teachers either because you got a classroom of 40 people.
Yeah.
How can you give everyone time?
It's slightly
so
above
it's so
the
hard.
teachers though that it comes from. Because a lot of teachers, you still try and get teachers that will try their best and that with people, but at the same time, when they've got somebody that's willing to learn and whatever, they can't invest at the same time as somebody that's not willing to learn.
Exactly.
But yeah, if they did, that person might then excel the person that wants to.
But teachers, I've met some teachers that have said they haven't got the time to invest in these young people. Lesson plans. Then they've got these after school meetings that they gotta go to. They got the head teacher meetings that they gotta go to, or they gotta sit in them. The marking. So for me to sit with a young person, that's long.
We used to have an inclusion unit, which is like where you basically it's kind of exclusion unit, but we called it inclusion. And it was like, say the naughty kids or like classes the naughty kids or whatever. We used to have like a system where you'd have like a red card and a yellow card, and it'd be like, right, your red card, you go and see like it was like the deputy head of the school. She was like part of the inclusion unit. But the worst thing about it was she was real hard faced. Like, so then she just sends you to this unit and it's well, you have a teacher in here, and it'd be one teacher to 10 people, but the teacher running that unit would then be literally in the classroom probably half the day. So we'd have half of the day just sitting around in the classroom doing nothing, smoking weed out the window, like crazy, like Matlocks, nobody cared.
And that's the thing, like nobody. At the moment, it's got to a situation where it's not that nobody cares, and like these teachers care about these young people. They want the best for them, but there's just so much things that are placed on their desk, put in their path, that they can't actually be teachers. But then at the same time, again, are we putting too much on the teacher
to raise our kids?
To raise our kids, because as a teacher,
like not their job,
like
really,
even then, like I just kind of thought, actually, wait there, no. It's not the teacher's job to be teaching your young person about life. That's the parent and guardian's job. That's their family's job.
I think you know, they tell you they should teach you about mortgages and I said, no, they shouldn't, bro. They should teach you maths, English, science to put you on an even keel. That's all I think school is for.
Don't know
everyone on an even kill.
I think career advice and life advice would benefit people a lot more.
See,
So I don't know. I think it does. I know it would benefit people, but like I said to you, you can't give that time and care to everyone, and everyone is different. So it's like, how am I going to tell you to go and get a mortgage? Let's say if I'm from Pakistan or I'm from somewhere now. In my culture, it's good to live at home till you're 35, save your money, get your money. They're teaching you that. Western world is leave home as soon as you can, go get a job, go to work. So who am I to say what I'm teaching you about getting mortgages and stuff? I'll teach you maths, so you know when you earn your money, you know how to divvy it up. And make sure everything's correct. But the rest of that's down to your parents. That's what I think.
I go on the basis of I feel like these young people should be taught life skills. So life skills being a range of different things. Just down to maybe not like again what you're saying, but just as simple as how do I open a bank account? You know, how do I just do little things? Little things in life. Because imagine being taught that from a young age. If you ever was put in a situation or position where you are alone, you will know how to look after yourself.
Even routinely getting up in the morning and doing your washing, things like all that sort of stuff.
Again, yes, that should all that again comes from home, innit? But in some households,
people aren't there doing it.
People aren't doing that, innit? And if we're going to create an environment for these young people or a system for these young people that's going to educate them and help them, then we need to educate them, innit? Not just educate them in maths and science and English.
There needs to be a life
we need to educate them in life. We need to educate them.
But my point, I see the reason why I disagree with that is because I don't think school should educate people enough. I genuinely think school is just a tool for you to go and get a job. That's it. I don't think it's a tool for nothing else. You learn great social skills in school, which is great for when you leave. You learn how to cooperate with your friends and things like that. But school itself is literally just breeding you to go and get a job. And I knew that from young. So when I wanted to learn something, it's different because I suppose I was lucky with the family I had. So for me, it's quite easy to say, well, school's not meant to teach you that. Your family should teach you that because that's what I had. I suppose.
Well, if there's families that don't necessarily even have the time to do that for their own, because like, what if there's a single mother with 3 kids, 4 kids, and she's looking after so many, and for one, she's probably not got the money to do it all anyway, and she doesn't have the time to necessarily put the same, to put that into, to teach her.
But the thing is, she probably doesn't know, because what you have to find is wealth and things like that are passed down. Like, people who are wealthy now, their families were probably wealthy 50, 60, 70, 100
small
years
percentage
ago.
of people that
of
actually
real wealth. You get a few break through that ceiling. But main people is if you were working class, if your grandparents were working class, you're probably still going to be working class or lower. So you have to think really before the war, people couldn't even read. So what do they need to know how to do taxes for? No one used to own their own homes till about 20 years ago. Everyone lived in a council house. How is my mum going to teach me about mortgages? She had never had one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like realistically, so I change and I backtrack. It just depends on the circumstances. I think for me it's easy to say that when I look surface level because that's what I did. But for other people, it's different.
But again, it's we always talk about the families that people have at home, but some people don't have that.
This is what I'm saying.
Like there's people that. Again, it feels like everyone always gets branded with that same brush, innit? But not everyone can be branded with the same brush. You know what I mean? Because we was just then talking about, you've got, your mum's got at home or got 3 kids, boom, boom, and this got to do, and boom. But there are some young people, like, for instance, even for myself, as I said, I was out there when I was 15, doing all, like, just having to, just living alone. You get what I'm saying? There are some young people that are out there from younger than that, that are literally living alone, living homeless on the street, being brought up, and those things aren't in place.
They're not even an option.
There's not even an option. So again, school should input that because school can be the place for that young person that's going through that to learn that they wouldn't learn from home because they haven't got the home.
Do you know when you was out? So I know you was 15, so you would have been in like year 11.
So basically I was the youngest in my year at school.
Okay.
Yeah, so my birthday's in August.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, so
at that point though, when you moved out, were you still going to school? Were you taking yourself to school, or was you just like, no?
yeah, so I was homeless nearly for like periods throughout my school life.
Yeah.
Throughout my secondary school life, there was periods where I was living on the street, self-aside from people's houses, like.
So was school like a respite for you? Was it kind of like? Did you enjoy going to school?
I did enjoy going to school, and I didn't enjoy going. Like, I didn't enjoy going to school for the lessons. I enjoyed going to school for the social aspect of it.
That's
like
what I'm saying,
to meet my friends and hang out and chill and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't really like my lessons, to be fair. I liked IT. I loved IT, bro. There was just something about computers that I loved, but everything else,
Nah,
I wasn't on it. I didn't like it at all. And even there was times when I talked to people about, they want to abolish all these lunches at schools and school dinners and all that kind of stuff. And I was saying, for me, school dinners was my main meal.
Yes.
School dinners was my main meal for the day, because there was times where I was literally going and sleeping on the street after school. You know what I mean? So taking that away, and these young people, they're not opening up to there's young people now currently in schools that the staff members don't even know what's happening in their life. They think everything's hunky dory in their life, they think everything's cool, but they don't even realise that young person is struggling, suffering. It's just like a bit like I've gone into schools and young people have disclosed things to me, and I'm like, do your teachers know about that? Nah. Okay. And I'm having to fill out the safeguarding forms and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, wow. Like,
do you have to tell the teachers then?
Yeah, so obviously you just follow the safeguarding process. So you find like the safeguarding lead, and you follow their processes, and you just have to follow their process that they have in place. But again, these, and afterwards I'm telling, and the teachers find out, and they're like, I never even knew that. And I see this young person every single day, but yes, I've come in for an hour, and they've disclosed that to me. You know what I mean? And there's things that these teachers don't know about. These young people are struggling, but again, they're being branded with the same brush of everybody else. It's a very broad, open topic. There's a lot of different aspects. One might say it's money. There's not enough money. There's no money about. There's no funding about. You know what I mean? But there is. Listen. I ain't getting into that part. If they say they haven't got the money, they say they haven't got the money. And it's things like that. But I feel like, especially within this sector, educational wise anyway, even if it's not them educating the young people, they should bring in external people that can come and do it. Because there's organisations, just people out there that will or can educate these young people on the topics that we're talking about, and that the school don't even need to think about. You get what I'm saying? So they can just stick to teaching them English and maths and all that, and they can just get someone else to come in and talk about knife crime, talk about counting lines. They can get someone else to talk about. That's where I come in. They can get someone else to talk about. Find out Hezron Brown, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Yo, peeps, that's it. Lock off.
Hey,
done. Yeah, man, that was a good chat though, man.
Yeah, it was, man.
Very insightful, man.
Yes,
very insightful. And just before we do go, actually, what are you doing next? Is there somewhere where people can find you? If they watch this and they do think, let me reach out. Yeah,
if you want to reach out, just go to my Instagram. Again, Hezron Brown, just HEZRONBROWN. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook as well. If you want to email me, you can email me at info@moretalkmoreaction.com.
Is that the company?
That's
the company.
So my company name is More Talk, More Action.
Okay. Alright then. Yeah, man. Everyone, more talk, more action. James, big man, thank you for co-hosting, sitting in.
Thanks for having me, bro.
The man with no name. Blessings.
You said like 2 words. 2 words. Yo, chill.
Yo, that's it. That's a wrap, folks.